The Western Conference Semifinals, Game 3. The Grizzlies come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Trail Blazers. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue, coming right up.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, Here we go. And Portland starts out with the ball. And here's Memphis's starting group. They've got Holmgren. He's out there with McDaniels. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Cheeks in at the point. And Morant gets it to go.
Well, normally Morant is scoring off the dribble. Good to see him being effective off the ball.
Cheeks. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's George. 6 to shoot. Portland needs to get off a shot here. The three-pointer off the mark. And here's Memphis. And so far, no one has figured out a way to slow this group down. 6 wins in a row in the postseason and aiming to make it 3-0 here tonight.
They are definitely a talented group, and they are clearly in the driver's seat right now. But that could change here tonight.
Now here's George. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. Portland shooting their first free throw of the night here.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
Cheeks passes to Holmgren. Here's Cheeks. Screen by Holmgren. Inside. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Well, he can get you the ball in a number of ways, that time with a great bounce pass.
Portland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Pass to Wiseman. Outside Morant. Let's go with a 3. McDaniels with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Cheeks with the bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Edwards. Portland moving it around. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Grizzlies. And here now a list of the players who have had the hottest hand in the playoffs. James Wiseman, 3rd.
Perfect time to take it to another level offensively. He's really carried them at that end.
Moore's checked in for Memphis. Holmgren with a screen on Morant. Cheeks passes to Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
Outside Morant. Here's Wiseman. And rejected. Here's Daniels. No good on the triple. Blazers trail by 3. Wiseman, a screen on Nurkic. Edwards finds Wiseman. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Here's Cheeks. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And defensively, you have to make him work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
Timeout called, Portland. Both teams will make substitutions. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Outside Morant. They set a pick. Down low. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Well, Morant just put so much pressure on the defense to make a choice on that pick and roll.
Here's Cheeks. Pass to Moore. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Now here's Beasley. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. Pass to Grimes. Cheeks pulls it in. Memphis leading by 4. Out left to the wing. From deep three-point range. Taylor with a rebound.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Cheeks with the bucket.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Beasley outside. Drops in the layup for 2.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Here's Cheeks. 12 points for him. Out to the wing. Takes the 3. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Memphis ahead, up by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. Continuing our coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. Glad to have you back. Here's Edwards. Still without a bucket. George outside. Wiseman inside. Lively's there. And that one's good. Wiseman.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Here's Cheeks. Hounded by Moran. From deep, Holmgren knocks it down from distance. Holmgren's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Pass to Wade. Outside Edwards. Wiseman in the high post. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Covered by Daniels. Here's Wiseman. Memphis with a rebound. What an impressive regular season they've been having. Getting to 60 wins.
When you talk about magic numbers for a team, 60 wins means you're having an historic year. In fact, we've had stretches longer than 5 years without any team winning 60. So it's really hard to do.
George outside. It's Edwards on the wing. McDaniels covering. Screen by Wiseman. George drives in. It's stolen by Lively. Here's McDaniels. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. McDaniels got 4 points this quarter.
And I like how they focused on getting high percentage shots, especially after the 3 balls weren't falling early on.
And it's Morant missing.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish. That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Beasley's checked in for Wiseman. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Memphis. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Yeah, many believe Holmgren must add muscle over time to his wiry frame. We'll see if he focuses on doing just that.
Timeout called, Portland. And here's George. There's the screen. And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go. Clock at 4. The teardrop.
Speed is clearly an important part of Daniels' defense, helping him stick to his man and not give up an open shot.
Here's Cheeks. On target from range. Cheeks has got 15.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Memphis ahead, just dominating this one. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Glad to have you with us. So far, it's been a dismal.
They've looked weak defensively. If you got any pride, they need to show it soon.
Yeah, they're serving up a buffet and
Checking out the circumstances. Thanks for joining us.
And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. Here's Cheeks. On the court for the Grizzlies. We've got Jaden McDaniels. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Holmgren. Then there's Dyson Daniels. And it's Cheeks in at the one. Morant finds Edwards. To the middle. Here's Wiseman. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Edwards for three. Drills it from deep.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Here's Cheeks. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Yusuf Nurkic picks one up. He's 0 for 2 at the line in this one. Both shots good from the stripe. Memphis leading by 23. Cheeks passes to Holmgren. Knocks down the long J. Holmgren's got 15.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Here's Wiseman. Nurkic with some nice D. For Memphis, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Cheeks with the bucket.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
Well, Morant knows his teammates rely on him to find them. Terrific pass right there.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Shot by Nurkic, no good.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Wade, the pass to George. Outside Morant. The three. He drops it from range. He's got 9.
Well, when the three is falling for Morant, it's a bad sign for the defense.
Cheeks with the bucket.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Time called here. The Trailblazers decide to talk it over.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
For the Trailblazers, Johnson, he's checked in for Wade. Beasley comes in for Edwards. And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. And now that they're up 3-0, winning this whole series is well within their grasp.
You think it's only a matter of time, but the
Game 4 of the Western Conference Semifinals. The Grizzlies have a commanding 3-0 series lead. Is it time for their dreams to be realized, for their thirst to be quenched? Find out tonight as they do battle against the Trailblazers. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue. coming right up.
It's Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals. This should be... It'll be Portland off the tip. Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Nurkic is out there with Holmgren. Then it's Daniels. Then it's Cheeks. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 slot. Wiseman with the bucket.
And he's in a comfort zone from that area. As long as he's got some space, Wiseman can fill it up from mid-range.
Floats it up for Holmgren. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
George sets a screen for Morant. And it's Wade in the corner. No good from outside.
I love those kind of looks as a player. Plenty of space and peace of mind to launch. Rarely see him that open.
Cheeks' shot is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Now, here's George. Shot clock at 5. Banked in off the glass.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
He takes it in. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Morant comes with the double team. Cheeks from outside. Good on the 3-point shot. Cheeks has got 5 now.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Daniels against George. Back to Morant. It's hauled in by Cheeks.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
Launches it. And the Grizzlies another 3.
Well, it's early, but I love their offensive game plan to this point.
Morant against Cheeks. Out to Morant. To the paint. Here's Wiseman. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And listen, we know Wiseman has a nice outside game, but inside there aren't too many guys who can match up with him physically.
Now, here's Cheeks. He's got 8. Now, here's Edwards. No good on that one.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
And slam dunk by Cheeks.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Then for the Grizzlies, Derek Lively, he's checked in for Chet Holmgren. And it's Josh Christopher in for McDaniels. A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. The steal. Here's Cheeks. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. 14 points for the Monster.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Beasley. Fires the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
They get the rebound. Here's Cheeks. It's another look. Memphis moving it around. Beyond the arc. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Now Beasley. No scoring in this one. Shot by Grimes. No good.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. It's the Grizzlies up by 15. And back. And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. And a different look now for Portland. Keontae George, he's checked in for Taylor. And it's Morant in for Quentin Grimes. They got James Wiseman. Morant is out there with George. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Johnson in at the 4 slot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And finished off by Wiseman.
And just caught the D there by surprise. Love when Wiseman goes for the big air on the alley-oop.
Here's Cheeks. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Morant outside. Pass to Johnson. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 4 assists now tonight.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Cheeks from outside. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Morant finds Johnson. Beasley outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Wiseman. Now here's Morant for 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Grizzlies have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. That free throw good from Cheeks.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
For the Trailblazers, Wade comes in for Wiseman. And it's Edwards in for Johnson. And Memphis also making a switch. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Josh Christopher. Wade, a screen on McDaniels. And the foul on the Monster. That is his first foul of the game. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. Here's Wade. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Cheeks against Morant. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Second chance shot. Rebound by the Trailblazers. They come off a really big loss on Sunday.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Well, that's why they're called free throws. And it seemed like with each miss, their confidence took a hit. It's just too hard to overcome that.
The defense collapses on Morant. Smartly, he's able to find that open three-point shooter.
Hits it from three-point range.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
And so it's Memphis rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back right after this.
Hello and welcome. And here in Game 4, you couldn't have...
They're teaching a course on the interior, Shaq, the philosopher of the big Aristotle.
Yeah, pounded in there repeatedly.
Checking out the circle. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan.
And we welcome you back to 2K Sports coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. What a game we're seeing from the Monster.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing from deep.
And this offense continues to find him in his sweet spots from deep.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. They've got Dyson Daniels. Nurkic is out there with Holmgren. Then it's Cheeks. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. Cheeks from outside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Wiseman's got his 4th rebound in this one. George with the bounce pass. Wade dishes to Morant. A basket good off the assist from Wade. Morant's got the first points to start out the 3rd quarter for Portland. Here's Cheeks, and slam dunk by Cheeks.
Well, it's easy to see who the offense is running through tonight. Why change anything?
The Trailblazers shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. George with no one around. Hands it from downtown. George has got 5 points so far.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Cheeks, and slam dunk by Cheeks.
Well, he's having a huge night, and so is this offense, just rolling right now.
Portland has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Here's Morant. Wade for 3, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
Here's Cheeks, and he uses the glass on the layup. Cheeks has got 6 here in this quarter.
3rd quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. We've seen the Monster really having a great game.
Well, he's been lights out from the 3 all night. Perfect time to call a timeout and try to stop the bleeding.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Edwards passes to Morant. And that one drops for him. He's got 7.
This is the second half start they were hoping for. 4 straight field goals out of the gate.
Cheeks no good.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Edwards' shot is good.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
And the Grizzlies leading by 21. Holmgren the screen. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's on a tear offensively, lighting up the scoreboard with a purpose.
And how about this? He now holds the team's single-game record for postseason scoring. Josh Christopher, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Morant kicks to Wade. A 3-pointer off the mark. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. Wade brings the double team. Cheeks outside. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic.
He was torching them from deep in the first half, but he has not made one here in the second.
For the Trailblazers, Johnson, he's checked in for Wade. Malik Beasley comes in for Edwards. And it's Quentin Grimes in for George. Morant against Cheeks. And finished off by Wiseman.
And I like how Morant threaded the needle there. Just an excellent pass off that pick.
Morant against Cheeks. Shoots over Morant. Cheeks no good. Portland's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. And he banks in the layup. Cheeks has got 41.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
The Grizzlies have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the 3rd quarter. A nice 62% from the field.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. Here's Morant. He gets that one. Morant's got 6 here in this quarter.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Derek Lively, he's checked in for Memphis. Booz Ellis comes in for Daniels. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Taylor, and here's Beasley. An easy 2 points on the layup. Beasley's got 7 points in the game.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Grizzlies running away with this one. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Here now, assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, the vision, the placement of
series. And with the 4-game sweep, they steamrolled their way through round 2. Now, Greg,
and to that point, Kevin, I really feel like this team is playing their best basketball of the season. They're going to have some downtime before the next round, but as well as they're playing, probably wish this thing would start tomorrow.
Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And now we present the player of the game, the Monster.